Shalom, Baruch haba. Good evening, welcome. And we're glad to be back on YouTube and on Facebook Live. In class, don't shy just because of that. All right. So anyway, we've been out and good to have Gary back, right? Everybody can Gary back doing this thing for us. So tonight, the first part of our lesson for our vocabulary, we have put up here, this is called a bracha. Everyone say bracha. Bracha. And bracha means blessing. Okay? And this is called bracha. Bracha mitzvah. Bracha mitzvah. The blessing of a mitzvah. And so when you do a mitzvah, you say this blessing. Basically, this is a formula, and you follow this formula. And so we're going to go through the bracha, and there's a reason which has to do with, we're studying what? Pronouns. Last week we talked about the demonstrative pronouns, this and that, these and those, correct? And so tonight we're going to talk about the relative pronouns. Okay? And so the reason why we put this in here is because this is something that many of you are familiar with in some form or other, and it has a relative pronoun in it, so you will say this relative pronoun over and over and over when you're doing your mitzvah, when you're doing different things. Okay, so everybody should know what the first word is. Now, I'm going to say this. Those of you who are familiar with this bracha, give the others a chance. I want to know if you recognize the words and things like that, but give others a chance so we can see so they can try to figure it out too, so don't just blurt things out, because I can say it with my eyes closed without even looking at the board, and so can most of you. Okay? So, and the thing is this, to really test yourself, because this is one of the problems with having having a formula for the blessing, is that you don't even need to read it. Right? For example, everybody can say this with me. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Okay? You got a poetic formula there. Correct? Yes. And all of you, none of you read that. You all were saying it how? By memory. By memory. So, and even as a child, many of us learned this before we were even in school. And you were able to say Mary had a little lamb. You were able to sing Mary had a little lamb. Okay? JC sang it all the time. He was speaking it out. But anyway. So, what I'm saying is this. When you have something memorized, when you have something in your memory, it's very easy to skim over. So that, and this is what happens for example, with the Siddur or with the prayer book, that you skim over the Hebrew because you already know the word, so you're not even really reading the Hebrew. And this is where the rabbis tell us that we need to be careful. In fact, they tell us that we are actually not supposed to become so familiar with the brachot, with the blessings, that we have them memorized. You are not permitted to memorize the brachot hashachar, the morning blessings. Yes, it gets in your brain. Okay to learn them, but you're not to memorize them. They are to be familiar to you, but you're not to memorize them. There's a reason why they say that.
They don't want you to say it
they want you to read it word for word every single time. Now, do you memorize them? Well, sure, after you go over something for so many times, for so many years, then yes, it's going to be in your head. But the idea is this. Are they literally telling you not to memorize it? No, they're saying what? It must have significance. It must have significance.
Don't say it just to say it.
Yeah, don't say it just to say it. And so one of the things to help slow you down is to actually read the word. And if you want to slow down even more, read it in Hebrew. Okay? You will slow down. Okay? So we all know the formula. We all know, at least the beginning, most of us know the beginning formula because this is the beginning formula of practically every bracha, every blessing in Hebrew. Okay? But still recognize the words. Why? Well, because one day you're going to walk in here on the Shabbat service and you're going to see Hebrew up there and not English transliteration. Then what? This is what kind of class? Which Hebrew class? So you are supposed to be learning how to read it and how to recognize and how to, what these words are and all that kind of stuff. So, yes, there will come a day when the Hebrew will be up, not the transliteration, and have fun. All right. So the first word is, who has it? JC. JC. Very good. Way to go, Joey. Give Joey a hand. Minus 1 point. We're not there yet. Okay. So the first word is Baruch. Baruch. Everyone. Baruch. Again. Baruch. Again. Baruch. Now remember, you have a ration there. The R sound, but it's from the back of the throat. So you need to try to practice saying it that way from the back of the throat. Baruch. It's almost like a baby R, like a baby would, like a little child would say an R. Ah. Baruch. Okay? But and then you have almost a G sound in the back. Baruch. Baruch. Make sure that your kaf, Sofi, kaf, Baruch. All right. So give it to me, JC, without Joyce though. H. H, very good.
No.
You failed.
B.
Oh, it's backwards.
Yes, our direction of reading in Hebrew is this way. All right. Backwards.
A.
Maybe we're backwards.
R.
Now what? Here, look.
There's no
vowel.
There's no vowel, so what?
The vowel.
The vowel becomes the vowel. Which vowel is it?
U.
So you have vowel. Now, with the kaf, some people make it a kaf and some people make it a kaf sofit. Some people give it the dagesh and some people do not give it the dagesh, or give it the not the dagesh, but the set. That that's not the set, is it? What is that? I'm sorry, my brain is Shiva. Very good, thank you. The Shiva. So some people make it a Shiva, which gives it the K sound, and some people do not give it the Shiva, which is the. So it's the same as having in the kaf. It's the same as having the dagesh or not having the dagesh. Okay. So the dagesh, if you have the dagesh in the kaf, what? K sound, ka. If you do not have the dagesh, KH, cha. Okay? So, it is spelled with, as though it has the dagesh with the, what's it called again? The Shiva. Thank you. I'm sorry, my mind goes blank sometimes. With the Shiva, okay, making it a K sound, but usually we pronounce it like that. Baruch. Okay? And Baruch means blessed. So when Yeshua is giving the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapter 5, and he says, blessed are these, blessed are those, blessed are those, blessed are those, over and over and over. He's not using this term. He's not using Baruch. He's using Ashrei. Everyone say Ashrei. Ashrei. Which means, literally, In the Psalm, blessed is the man whose God is the Lord. Blessed are those who do not walk in the counsel of the ungodly. Those blesseds, almost all of them are ashrei, come from the word ashrei, which means happy. And so how did this become blessed? Well, because the word ashrei has to do with your future. And it could be a way of saying to be fortunate. Ashrei is a way of saying fortunate. Okay? So you're very fortunate. Well, you are very fortunate that this happened. You are very fortunate that that did not happen. What's another way that we could say fortunate? We could say, or you're lucky. You're lucky this didn't happen. You're lucky that happened to you. Why? You're lucky. You ever call somebody a lucky dog? You lucky dog. That's usually when you're winning, when the person's winning Monopoly, right?
Josh.
So because the word ashrei was related to lucky, to fortunate, the English translators, not the Hebrew translators, but the English translators, when they were translating the word, rather than using the word, and by the way, happy, guess what? Happy comes from the word happenstance. I don't know if I spelled that correctly. Happenstance, which is what? It's another way of saying fortunate. In other words, that's a way to say it so happened. It just so happened. Does anything just so happen? No. This is literally where the word happy, if you look up the etymology, the word study of the word happy, this is where the word happy comes from. As in, you're happy, meaning you're lucky. Happy, happy, happy. Yes. Okay? So the English translators did not want this idea being put across, that Yeshua was saying, lucky are those who do this, and lucky are those who do that, and lucky are those who do this, and lucky is the man whose God is the Lord. Lucky is the one who, so, because luck has nothing to do with it. It's a deliberate act. So, rather than saying, lucky are you, which is what this old word, in the Old English, this is what this word meant, they put in the word blessed, that you are blessed. Why? Because when a person is happy, when a person is feeling good, what do you say? I'm feeling blessed. Okay? So, and in fact on Facebook, right, that's one of the little emojis, right? The little halo on top of it. And it says what? Feeling blessed. Okay? So, that's where all of this came from. But Baruch, for example, in the Sermon on the Mount, Yeshua's not saying Baruch, he's saying Ashrei, happy. Okay? So happy is the man. Whereas Baruch here, blessed, when we, and you'll see what we're doing here. So the next one, the next word, who's got it? Hands. Patrick.
Ata.
Ata. Everyone say ata. Give it to me. Good.
Hey.
Talk to me.
Okay. So ata. And ata means
You.
You. Very good. Okay. So blessed you. So what? You know Hebrew grammar. There is no are. There is no to be. There is no verb to be in Hebrew. So for English, you have to put it in. Okay, so we would say, blessed are you, where here in Hebrew we would say, Baruch atah. Everyone. Baruch atah. Again. Baruch atah. Again. Baruch atah. So those of you who have been to our Shabbat service, this should start sounding familiar to you because you hear it over and over and over again. Baruch atah. Okay? Next one. Anybody know what this is? Okay, so what is this?
An abbreviation for the name of God.
Very good. This is a shortcut. This is an abbreviation for the name. And so we don't say the name. Now, I put it in there on purpose. I could have written it because here we would say what? What word would we use here? Adonai. Okay? I could have written Adonai out for you, but I want you to be familiar when you see what looks like quotation marks. A single set of quotation marks is a shortcut, is the abbreviation for the name Adonai. You say,
That's how it is in our Sidurish too.
yes. You will see this all the time in holy books, commentaries, what have you. You're reading the Hebrew, you'll see these marks. So now you know when you see the single set of quotation marks, this is the name of God. But what? Why do they do this? Because we don't write it out, and this has basically become a trademark for the name. Okay, this is a cover for the name. So we're not writing out Yud-Kei Vav-Hei, we're not writing out the name, and we're not using Hashem or what have you. So that is a shortcut. That is a cover for the name, and we say Adonai, which means Lord. So we say in Hebrew, everyone with me? Baruch atah Adonai. Again. Baruch atah Adonai. Over here. Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch, try to read it. Atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai. Which says what? Blessed are you, Lord. Most of the time in English, in the English translation, you're going to have O put in there. So most of the time it will read in English, blessed are you, O Lord. Okay? Not always, but it's there. So just letting you know. Blessed are you, Lord, or O Lord. Either one is correct. So this is Adonai. Okay, who's got the next one? Okay, Emilio. This one here?
Oh.
Los. Charity?
Eloheinu.
Eloheinu. Everyone. Eloheinu. Again. Eloheinu. Again. Eloheinu. So here you have the, what's this word again? What's this thing again? Shabbat. I do not know why that word won't stick in my mind tonight. Shabbat. Here you have the Shabbat. Okay. So give it to me.
Aleph. With silent. With the E, that's a short E.
Okay, so it says the a segol with the Shabbat, which means this is called a segol kataf. Remember that? The segol kataf, cut off kataf. The segol kataf, which means to cut it short. So it's going to be a short E, as in like that. Okay, next. Lamed.
No vowel.
O.
No vowel, so.
The vowel is O.
And what do we call this? Cholem. Which is O. Next.
K. H.
Next.
E.
E.
I.
What?
Connected to the
Connected to the Yud.
N.
U.
No vowel.
vowel. The vowel is U.
Yeah.
You have to be careful because in this very bracha, you're going to hit it. Okay, so be very careful that you're looking for the vowels underneath. And then if there's no vowel, then what? Okay, so what is this? Eloheinu. 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 Again. Eloheinu. Again. Eloheinu. 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 So, we were talking about nouns. Remember, how do you say we in Hebrew? So I, the singular form is ani or anochi. So how do I say we? Anachnu. Anachnu. So do you hear at the end the anach? What's the last? Anach what? Nu. Say it. Anach what? Nu. Anachnu. Notice here. Notice here. Nu. So when you see this at the end of a noun, this is first person plural possessive. This is first person plural possessive. How do you say first person plural possessive? What is the word? Our. Our. This is our class. This is our assembly. This is our Torah. This is our menorah. Our. First person plural possessive. So, we say Torah Tenu, which means, notice the NU at the end, the nu. When you have the nu at the end of a noun, it makes it first person plural possessive, our. So, Elohe is what? God. Now you stick this suffix on the end of it, nu, making it our God. Alright. So, Eloheinu, our God. So, Hebrew, ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Over here. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. More. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Saying what? Blessed are you, Lord our God. Okay? One more set. Ready? Next word. Who has it? Margaret? Melech. Everyone say Melech.
Melech.
Again. Melech. Melech. Say it. Melech. Again. Melech. Again. Melech. Again. Melech. Give it to me. Very good. With the Shabbat. Okay? So this one and this one is always a hard cake. Now, when you put this word into a word like Mahut, it becomes what? It becomes the kaf without the dagesh. Here it's like a kaf with the dagesh. In Mahut, it changes. Mahut comes from Melech. Okay? So this is the word Melech. Remember, you have the double signal, so the emphasis goes where? First syllable. Okay? Almost always it goes goes at the end, at the last syllable, here it goes in the first syllable. Whenever you see the double sigle, the two E's side by side, then it's going to be, then the first syllable gets the emphasis. So it's melech, not melech, but melech. Okay? And melech means king. So, let's say it, ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech. Say what? Blessed are you, Lord our God, King. Right here, with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech. Again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech. Let's got the next one. Crystal? Very good. But how do you say it in Hebrew? Okay, this one's this is like you're reading in first grade and you've come to your first long word. Alright, so this is your first long word. Ha-olam. Okay, it's actually two words in English, but in Hebrew, it's a prefix attached to the word. Okay, so ha-olam. Everyone, ha-olam. Again, ha-olam. Again, ha-olam. Again, ha-olam. All right, so give it to me. Notice.
No vowel.
No vowel. So it's telling you what? So it's silent all the way. So why is the ayim in there?
To give meaning to the word.
It's significance to the word. It makes no sound at all and there's no vowel with it. So it's just, it is in there solely for the purpose of giving significance to the word. Alright? Now what?
Oh.
Why?
There's no vav. There's no
Vav, what? Cholim vav. Okay. So, ha, olam. So, if you've been remembering when you have ha as a prefix, it is the definite article the. And now you have olam. Okay? So, olam can mean universe or world. It can mean either, it can mean world. Okay? Or it can mean universe. It can be either way. Sometimes it's translated as world, but it literally means universe. It literally means the cosmos, the Greek word cosmos. In John 3:16, for God so loved the world, literally what it says is that Ki ahava Adonai et ha'olam. Why? Because in the Greek it says that he uses the term, it does not use the term for world, he uses the term cosmos, which is the universe. Literally, what the scripture says is that God so loved the universe, or another way we could put it is that God so loved creation. Okay? God loves all of his creation. We are the pinnacle of it, not taking away from that. But the curse is not just placed upon mankind, the curse is placed on what? All of creation is under the curse. Okay? So, in John 3:16, where it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, literally what it says is, in the Hebrew and in the Greek, it says, for God so loved the universe that he gave his only begotten Son. Why is this important? Well, in the book of Romans, Rav Shaul, Paul, tells us that man is the key to the salvation of the universe. Judaism teaches the very same thing. You've heard of Tikkun Ha'olam, the healing or the reparation of the world. Man is the key to tikkun ha'olam. Man is the key to the reparation of the world. Paul says that all of creation groans with anticipation for the restoration of mankind. All of creation is groaning with anticipation. Why? Because until the curse is lifted from mankind, the curse cannot be lifted from the rest of the universe. Creation, the curse came upon all of creation. Why? Because of man's sin. Therefore, the curse can only be lifted from all of creation when the curse is lifted from mankind. So, we live in a beautiful world. Correct? Beautiful sunrises and sunsets. We debate in our family. Some of us like the beach, the ocean, such as that. Me, my preference is the mountains. I like mountain streams and things like that. Some people like hot weather. Some people, me, I like it cold. I prefer snow. Okay. We all have our different preferences, but we all have, there are people who love the desert and think that the desert's a beautiful place, me not so much. I've always wondered how, like some million people move out into the middle of the desert called Phoenix, Arizona. Why anybody would want to live there, I don't know, but there are people who love it there. Me, no, I would rather be up on a mountaintop in some, cool, fresh breeze. That's just me personally, okay? But either or, we have a beautiful creation, correct?
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Yet, do you understand that this is creation under a curse? That this is not the way it was created. This is after catastrophic events due to the curse have taken place. If this world under its curse, if this universe under its curse is beautiful, so beautiful, imagine what creation was originally. So this is why we say this word there, so trying to help you to understand that this word ha'olam is oftentimes translated as the world, but literally it means the universe. All of creation. So we sing that song, right? All of creation, sing with me now. Why? What's that song about? The lifting of the curse. When all of creation will break forth in praise. Okay? So ha'olam, the universe. Alright, so ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Now, there are no punctuation marks in Hebrew. We have in English, you have commas, semicolons, colons, periods, question marks, exclamation marks, what have you. There are no punctuation marks in Hebrew. So usually there would be a comma here. In English, there will be a comma here. Okay? In Hebrew, there's no comma. You just have to understand. Now, sometimes when you get to the end of a sentence in Hebrew, sometimes to help you out, you also have the Sheva, which means what? The Sheva means stop. Okay? So here the Sheva means stop, here the Sheva means stop, here the Sheva means stop. Look, I remember the word Sheva. Okay? So there's no comma there, just letting you know as we move on. Again, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, saying, blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe. Now, let's stop here because let me tell you this. This is the formula. This is the formula for almost all the brachot. Almost all the blessings in Hebrew start out this way. So when you hear this, when you hear someone saying this, sometimes you'll hear them like on TV. Like it'll be a Jewish man or Jewish family or something like that, and you'll hear them saying a blessing. Sometimes I watch like on Blue Bloods or something like that, and there's one program, one show on Blue Bloods where the police are interviewing some Jewish people, and they go into the synagogue, and you can hear the blessings going on in the background, and you actually can hear them saying this. Almost all of the Jewish Hebrew blessings brachot start off with this formula. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe. There is a reason for this, and this is why it is important that you be careful, because this is what Yeshua is talking about. When Yeshua says not to use vain repetition, people forget the vain part and just stick to the repetition part. He did not say not to repeat. In fact, we are told to repeat, and we're told to meditate, and we're told to absorb these things into ourselves. So, our Father, which art in heaven, Avinu Shebshemayim Yikadesh Shimcha, our Father which art in heaven, holy is your name. That we are not to say it, use it in vain repetition, but not that we are not to repeat it. Why? He said, pray in this manner. Pray this way. When you pray, remember they came to him, the Talmidim came to him and said, Rabbi, teach us to pray. And so he said, what? When you pray, pray this way. Avinu Shebshemayim Yikadesh Shimcha. In the morning, when I'm going through my prayers, when I'm praying, I say Avinu Shebshemayim Yikadesh Shimcha. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. However, I don't just say it like that, just rattling through it without thinking about it, because I do other things with it, which you are invited to do too. Make it your own. For example, I stop when I say Avinu Shebshemayim Yikadesh Shimcha, saying what? Yikadesh Shimcha. Yikadesh, Kadosh means holy. Shem,
Name.
so Shimcha, your name is holy. So I stop there and I say, so Avinu Shebshemayim, our Father, Avinu, our Father, Shebshemayim, which is in heaven, Yit Kadesh, sanctified, holy, Shimcha is your name. I stop there because we have in the Brachot HaShachar, in the morning blessings, we have a little bracha that says, Ata Kadosh, V'Shimcha Kadosh, V'Hayom, Kol Hayom, Yekalucha Selah. I missed a word. Ata Kadosh, V'Shimcha Kadosh, V'Hakodeshim, Hayom, Kol Hayom, Yekalucha Selah, which says, Ata Kadosh, I told you Kadosh means holy. So Ata, you are holy. Ve Shimcha, Ve means and Shimcha, your name Kadosh. Ve Kodeshim,
your holy ones.
the holy ones. Kol Hayom, every day. Yekalucha Selah, will give praise to you. So we say this, we say it on Shabbat. You are holy, your name is holy, and your holy ones praise you every day. So I stop when I'm saying Avinu Shebshemayim Yikadesh Shimcha, to put that in there for my perspective. Why? To think about it. This is how holy he is. And then what? Your kingdom come, speaking of what? The Messiah, the coming of the Messiah. So I stop to pray that and ask the Messiah to come. Your will be done. What is that? that I will be living my life according to Torah. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That my life will line up with Torah. Give us this day our daily bread. So there I pray for the needs that I have for today. And forgive us our trespasses, confession of sin. Lead us not into temptation, asking God to smooth the way before us. Deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. And we all say? Amen. Okay? So, telling you all of this to say that the rabbis also warn against vain. Vain means empty, without purpose, without significance, without meaning. In other words, you're saying something without thinking about it. The whole purpose of the bracha is to get you to stop and think about what you're doing. Especially here. Especially this bracha. Because this is called, you remember what I told you this is called? Bracha mitzvah. Bracha mitzvah.
Oh, commandment.
The blessing over your commandments, over the commandments. Bracha mitzvah. The blessing of the commandment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Blessed are you, Lord our God. So in this, you are blessing. One of the things about Shabbat is that there is very little that is asked for, or in the morning blessings, there is very little that is asked for. That we ask for as a group or as an individual person. We're saying over and over what? Blessed are you, blessed are you, blessed are you, blessed are you. In other words, you're saying what? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this, thank you for this, thank you for this, thank you for this. We're thanking Him, we're stopping to thank Him. By the way, so the bracha, the blessing over the wine, we call it kiddush. And it goes how? Baruch, you know the first part. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who created the fruit of the vine, or creator of the fruit of the vine. Either way. And we say over the bread, what? Hamotzi, it's called hamotzi. You know the beginning. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Hamotzi, who brought forth lechem, bread, min, from haaretz, the earth, who brought forth bread from the earth. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who brought forth bread from the earth. Point. In Judaism, when we are thanking God for the food, we do not ask Him for anything. Notice the words. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who created the fruit of the vine. Period. Right? We don't say anything else, except we do say one thing. What? L'chaim. And Evie adds on what? Cheers. Okay. For the bread, what? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam chamotzi lechem min haaretz. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who brought forth bread from the earth. Period. Why? Because the rule is this. It is not polite to ask for something when you're thanking for something. When you are thanking God for something, it is not polite to ask Him for something. So, JC, you have your wallet with you? You have $1 in your wallet? Golly. What kind of money manager are you?
Card.
Okay, somebody have $1? Watch. Okay, so let's say I didn't ask Margaret for $1. Let's say that Margaret, out of the kindness and love of her heart, she gives me $1. Margaret, thank you so much for this $1.
Sure.
Qué abusivo.
Exactly. That's my point. What? Let's make it more. Do you have $100?
No, I got 20.
Okay. Well, whatever. You see my point? Is it polite when somebody is giving you a gift to ask them for more gift?
Yes.
Is that polite? No, that's rudeness. What family you grew up in?
No, but because
She's just a nice
my
person.
little brother, you gave him a gift and he says, oh, you bought me a shirt. Can you go buy me some pants now?
Exactly. That's my point. But for a little child, that's cute. But is that polite?
No, that's not.
No. Because what is the expression? What am I expressing? If I'm asking for, if I'm thanking him at the same time, I'm asking for him, asking for something from him. What? Ungrateful. I am not content with what he has given to me already. And already, before I've even consumed what he's given to me, I'm already asking for something else. Okay? So, in Judaism, it is not polite to ask God for something while you're thanking him for something. Therefore, the typical Christian prayer, we say grace, right? You're asked to say the blessing over the food, right? Please bless the food. Would you bless the food? And we say, Dear Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this food. Bless it to our bodies. Give us strength. Give us nourishment. All of these different kinds of things. In Judaism, that is considered impolite. And the question is this. Has he not already blessed the food? What more is he going to do? He's already put all of the nutrients, all of the fiber, all of the vitamins, everything is there, everything is there, everything is there. What are you wanting him to do? What are you asking him for? Is the food not going to give you strength? There's only one way that food's not going to give you strength. Well, two ways maybe. But there's only one particular way if that food is not going to give you strength, and that's what? If you don't eat it, it won't give you strength. But if you take it in, if you consume it, even if you don't thank him, it's still going to give you strength. Right? Now the second way, of course, is if you're sick, you have digestive problems or whatever. Okay? But for the typical, normal, average person, the thanking that he has provided you the food is sufficient. Therefore, we learn in Judaism that there are times where it is improper to be asking for something. We need to simply thank him for what he has already provided for us, and this teaches us contentment. Okay? So, all right. So here, what's this word here? And I'm going to finish this out for you, but if anybody has this word, this is the important word. Asher. So give it to me.
Silent.
Silent.
The A
Cut short. Sheen. S-H.
T. And a H.
So Asher. The whole purpose of this blessing was for this word Asher. Everyone say Asher.
Asher.
Again, Asher.
Asher.
This is the relative pronoun. So, I say, blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe. What comes next? Who? Who? Asher. Asher is who or which. We're going to develop this more for you next week. Asher is who or which. Notice, because in the we talked about the word happy. Remember I told you what is the word for happy? Ashrei. Okay? But the word that is used is asher. And so don't get confused between the two. There's an asher, which means happy. Asher ka'ish. Happy is the man. From ashrei, which is happiness. Okay? This form, this asher here, is the pronoun, the relative pronoun for who or which. And it doesn't matter who, and it doesn't matter which. It's still Asher. So, Asher is proper. Asher is the word, is the relative pronoun Whether it is male or female, whether it is singular or plural, it does not matter. So whether you are saying who or whom, which or which, whether it is singular or plural, male or female, it makes no difference. It is still asher. It doesn't change. Everybody with me? All right. We'll close this up. Let me finish this off. This is kidshanu. Kidshanu. Asher kidshanu. So this is from the word kadosh. Very good. Let's see. Kid shanu. Remember the nu at the end, meaning our. So kadosh, sanctified, made us holy, made holy, us. This next word is b'mitzvotav. Everyone say b'mitzvotav. B'mitzvotav. Notice that you have the Shabbat here telling you that the bait is prefix in. In. In English it is translated, it is also translated as with. But it is literally, it is in. Okay? B'mitzvotav. So, what is the root? Mitzvah. Mitzvot is the plural. Mitzvah, commandments. Commandment. Mitzvot, commandments. Mitzvotav.
Why is there a dot over the vav?
Good job. You have a problem here. Good catch.
The vav comes
You
first.
graduate to the nerds. All right. Here we go.
The vav comes first in the O.
Because what?
Because the
Meets. You have the tzadi here,
Which is
which is
a TZ.
a TZ. When you say it, you say meets. What comes next? Meets. Vo. Notice what? This is a vav with the vav cholim. Very rare, but it appears in this word, in the word. Because usually the singular. This is the way it looks in the singular. Mitzvah. Okay? So is the vav there? Is the vav in it? Yes. Notice that the vowel changes. Here, what happens? The mitz. There should actually be this here. B'mitzvot. Okay, because of the vowel change, because of the prefixes and the suffix that are being added, there's a change taking place in the word, and that is seen through the vowels. We'll get into that when we get into verbs and things like that. You'll see this more, and we'll go into how all of that works. But what you have taking place here is that this is this vav. Does everybody see that? The vav is not the vav cholim. The vav is the vav. Notice now, so what has happened here, this vowel has become this vowel. So it has a cholim above the vav. Say what? Can the vav take a cholim? The answer is yes. So b'mitzvotav means in or with your commandments. So again, with me, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu. Again, asher kitshanu. Again, asher kitshanu. Ben mitzvotav. Ben mitzvotav. Ben mitzvotav. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav. The next word is vitzivanu.
That's the one I. Why would they have the vowel marking, or like making the vowel be U, but it still has a V?
Do what? That's a dagesh.
It's a dagesh, so it's. Well,
Any letter can take a dagesh.
so then that's just making you make sure you hit the V.
Yes, vitzivanu.
Vanu.
So everyone say vitzivanu. Vitzivanu looks like this. Vitzivanu. Vit, the vav, and what's the root here? Commandment, mitzvah. So the tzivah, to command us, and commanded us. So when I put my tzitzit on, this is the bracha that I say. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu chatzitzi. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has given us his commandments and commanded us tzitzit. This is the bracha that you say with the lighting of the candle. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu ner shel Shabbat. Who has commanded us, given us his commandments, and commanded us to kindle the lights of the Sabbath.
Also separate the chag.
Yes. All right. So let's close with this. Why this bracha, and why is it important? And then we'll get in next week. We'll get into the asher aspect of it. Okay. But why is this bracha important? And so why this is called bracha hamitzvah. The blessing of the mitzvah, the blessing of the commandment. Because if you, in Judaism, according to the rabbis, if you do a mitzvah, if you do a work, a good deed, something good, but you do not acknowledge it, it does not count. If you do something good, if you do something that has been commanded, but you do not say the bracha, then it does not count. It's still a good deed, but it doesn't count. Why?
Wouldn't that kind of be like tooting your own horn?
No.
That means we're doing what we're, and not acknowledging that we're doing what we're commanded.
Yes, very good. You are acknowledging that you are doing this as an act of obedience. In other words, what? You're stopping to think about what you are doing. Why? Because we are not supposed to just do. We are always to be thinking about what and why. We're always to be questioning, what should I do here, and why am I doing what I am doing? In every aspect, there is practically a bracha for practically everything that happens in life. To remind us of the constant and continual presence of God. He's always there. He's always watching. You have a question?
Well, Okay, so you give a beggar some money, or you help some lady across the street, or you have different ways of saying what you did? I mean, I'm confused.
If you give a beggar money, yes, you would say this formula.
And then if you help somebody across the street.
You would say, you use the formula, but you use the words for each mitzvah, yes. So for mitzvah, for helping someone, an elderly person across the street, yes, there's a bracha for that. For giving money to the poor, yes, there's a bracha for that. For everything that you do, there's a bracha. Why?
You say it at the time that you do it?
Yes, at the time that you do it.
Aloud, and
Huh?
you say it aloud at the time that you do it.
Aloud in your heart, however. But the point is that you're saying it. Now, this is where our Western thinkology gets. It doesn't sit well with us. Why does it not sit well with us?
Feels like you're bragging.
Huh?
Feels like you're bragging.
Yeah, like you're-
Okay, to some people it would feel like you're bragging.
Not say anything. You're supposed to do it between you and God.
This is between you and God. Who are you blessing?
But if you say it loud, it's
Who are you blessing?
Him.
You're blessing him. Blessed are you, Lord.
So if you give money to the beggar, then you say, blessed are you, Lord.
Basically what you're saying is, I thank you, Lord, for giving me the opportunity to give to the beggar.
Okay.
But it's not just that he's giving you an opportunity. He has done what? Be mitzvotav
He's commanded.
v'tzivanu. Okay, so you say that it feels like bragging. So, if you have children, or when you were a child, your parent told you to do something. Did you come to your parent and show them that you did what you were told to do? Did you ever do that? How about if your parents told you, I want you to get all B's on your report card this 6 weeks? And you got all B's on your report card? What did you do? You showed it to your parents. For what purpose did you show it to your parents?
To show them that you did.
To show them? Why? What is the root? What is the root of this? Approval. You want approval. We all want approval. Is it wrong for you and me to want approval from God? In fact, we are told to prove ourselves to Him. That we are workmen who do not need to be ashamed. We are to seek His approval. We are created. If you remember a few weeks ago in our Judaism 101 class, this is one of the things that we talked about, that we are created with this desire of approval. That we need God's approval. We want Him to think well of us. So this is, if I don't say the bracha, is that going to affect God any? Is that going to, what? Is that going to affect Him any? No. Who does it affect when I say the bracha? It affects me. Why? Number one, I'm stopping to acknowledge several things. What? That He is Lord. That He is
Our God.
That He is
King.
So right there I've already acknowledged three great things about Him. Correct? And also what? I'm acknowledging that what? He has sanctified us. He has commanded us to be holy. You be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. What else? That He has commanded us, that He has given us His commandments, and that He has commanded us to do these things. Or as Micah the prophet said, what? You know what it is that God requires of you. So, this is why we say the bracha, and this is why we say the bracha ha-mitzvah, the bracha of the mitzvah. Why? Then we are stopping to take time to acknowledge that God has given us these commandments, and that we are, in fact, what? Applying, trying to live by them. Okay? Take 5.